Yeah.
Oh boy, we have a lot to talk about with this one today. So much so that I actually had to take notes down, just for the sole purpose of me not forgetting anything. But this police encounter might go down in history as one of the most infamous of all time, right alongside the murder of Daniel Shaver, and the one time a nurse from Salt Lake City, Utah was arrested for protecting confidential information of one of her patients. But of course, before we begin, we the people, make sure to leave us a like, a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel as soon as you can if you like the content we produce. It helps us in the algorithm and it helps us to expose more police misconduct like this. Speaking of which, for those of you who don't remember, I'm talking about the events that took place on the early morning of December 13th, 2022, in Murphy, North Carolina. The primary victim here is Jason Harley Klopfer, with his wife being Allison Mahler, and we have several perpetrators here, including but not limited to the Cherokee County Sheriff Dustin Smith, the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians Chief Richard Sneed, a so-called lieutenant from the CCSO, that being Milton Sport Teasdale, and an Emily Floyd. Now at about 11 p.m., Emily calls 911 to report fireworks and shouting as a possible hostage situation, with Jason being an alleged perpetrator against Allison. The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office sent a couple of deputies to respond, but made no contact with the location or the subjects involved. Even so, in spite of these unverified claims of a hostage situation and gunshots being fired, the so-called Lieutenant, Milton, ends up getting a search warrant alleging threats and Jason being possibly armed. And even though they have no formal mutual aid agreement in place, the CCSO contacted the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians SWAT team in order to team up and raid this man and his wife's home, all being coordinated by the so-called lieutenant of the SWAT team, Detective Roger Nadeau Jr. Multiple SWAT team officers, including Chris Harris, Neil Ferguson, and Nathan Messer, were all deployed on scene, and all hell broke loose at 4:54 a.m. But not before they proceed to throw a robot into the home in order to search it to see what the heck was going on in there. And when they do so, they discover that the husband and wife were asleep. And even though they realize that they were asleep, and even though they were too slow to react to anything that was going on, they were just trying to get their thoughts together, and even though they stood at the doorway in front of all the cops involved for a total of 3 seconds for them to observe everything in his hands, including the robot they threw in, this is what they decide to do. Viewer discretion advised.
What the fuck? Yeah. What did you? I'm shot! I'm shot! I'm shot! What the hell? I'm shot! He's shot! What the hell did you do? Fuck! I'm dead! I'm shot! I'm shot! He's shot! He's shot! No! No! I'm shot! No! He can't! He's shot! I'm shot! Keep his hands! He's shot! Please! I'm shot! Can't hear me! I can't hear it! There's a he can't hear! I don't have a gun! I don't have a gun! I didn't have a gun! I didn't have a gun! Got it clear. I didn't have a gun! I didn't have one! I had to remove
Cherokee police, am I here now? Yourself! Cherokee police, am I here now? Yourself!
Is you have your vest?
Yes, they're on their way.
Oh, you shot me right?
Where are you here at?
Take my chest.
Okay, how much is on its way?
I have no gun.
Hey, Master, hold him. Start working on him. God damn it. Hey, start working on him now. Right here, behind us. Take the crime thing now. Do a technician. Fuck. Bro, fuck. Hey, camera.
I don't care what any public servant or any bootlicker tries to say to justify this, there is no way to justify this. Those SWAT officers had several seconds to realize that he was unarmed and not in fact dangerous. And that's not even including the fact that they discovered he and his wife were asleep in the first place. And yet they still opened fire on him, nearly ending his life. And when they pull him out of that mobile home, they proceed to act upon that search warrant to search inside of that mobile home, and they discover that there are cameras. And by their reaction to the cameras being in place, that's when they realized they effed around a little too close to the sun, and they were soon going to find out. Or were they? You see, the very same day on December 13th, the Cherokee County Sheriff issued a press release trying to spin the narrative against Jason, claiming that he was armed and dangerous and that he posed a threat to the SWAT team. Yeah, he totally looks armed and dangerous here, am I right? And after Jason was hospitalized and treated for his gunshot wounds, they decided to charge him with resisting arrest and making threats. And I kid you not, only after this footage was first released in March of 2023 did the prosecuting attorney drop all charges. Later on that year, in June of 2023, Jason and his wife filed a federal lawsuit against the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office and the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians SWAT team. This 195-page lawsuit alleges excessive force, unlawful entry, false arrest, and conspiracy to violate civil rights. Very shortly we're going to go over how much they settled for, but first we have a few more details to go over with this. Because believe it or not, we the people, this event was so bad and so unjustified and inexcusable that even their district attorney turned against the cops. The district attorney, Ashley Welch, claimed that Teasdale, the lieutenant who got the search warrant in the first place to raid this mobile home, misled her and the magistrate judge by falsely portraying the situation as a hostage crisis with an armed Jason. Even so, the special prosecutor, Lance Sigmund, openly refused to press charges against the cops, and no cop faced any disciplinary action. But don't take my word for it, take it from lamestream media themselves.
Attorney Ellis Boyle says an email sent to an officer's attorney confirmed
there would be no charges filed.
And you want to know what else happened conveniently around this time? Chief Richard Sneed of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians Police Department signed a law sealing the bodycam footage from being released until ordered otherwise by a court. For obvious reasons, might I add. I think I'll let the rest of you in the comments use your imagination on why. Now, even though no disciplinary action was done to any of the cops involved, Jason and Allison settled for $10 million in taxpayer money, funded evenly between the sheriff's office and this police department SWAT team, which unfortunately was paid out by insurance and not the departments themselves, let alone the cops involved that nearly ended this man's life. So it appears that these cops are ultimately going to get away with this, as they usually do, right? Well, I wouldn't be so sure. Because in March of 2025, Ashley Welch comes back in again to testify that Jason never posed a threat, and the cops involved misrepresented the key facts to get a search warrant. And now as we speak, a broader civil trial focused on systemic misconduct and institutional failures is set for August of 2025. What this means is that this could heavily expose the misconduct being done within the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office and the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians Police Department. The chances of any cop getting disciplinary action at that point is very low, but not zero. And I really do hope that something big does come of this. But until that does, we are going to leave contact information down below to the Sheriff's Office and Police Department for each and every one of you to hold accountable. Please be sure to be as respectful as can be if you decide to redress your grievances, but just like the acronym of our channel says, please do let them hear our roar. Now we are going to leave links down below to the original surveillance footage for you guys to see the uncut version for yourselves. But you know, cops like these prove once again that you need an attorney at your side at all times when dealing with them. Okay, maybe this might be too extreme of an example, but you understand what I mean, right? Whether you're in a traffic stop or the cops decide to approach your home, you need an attorney to help defend yourselves and your family. They are a dirty cop's kryptonite after all, which is why we recommend once again that you check out the description, the pinned comment, or this QR code on screen, so you can get started immediately with Attorney Shield. This will allow you to have an attorney on speed dial, as we've said many times before, and will also allow you to record your interactions with nobody being able to stop you. Assuming you want to get this tool, make sure to use our promo code of ROR1776 so you can get your first purchase 10% off. And that's with any plan you decide on, of course. But with that being said, we the people, thank you once again for tuning in. We sincerely hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below what you thought of this, and subscribe to the channel to help us in the algorithm. And most importantly, never stop loving the good old Constitution.